Biden, mama's friend.
More with the Bidens.
I saw a picture, somebody, they've been putting it on all over social media, of a picture of him in the hotel doing crack.
Seriously?
And it's a real picture, yeah. And they said if that was a black person, he'd be called a crackhead.
Right.
But because he's Biden's son, he just has substance abuse problems. He's a crackhead.
I was telling my sister, why is it always the terms always change when it talks about us versus them?
Thank you.
A crowd, a bunch of white boys hanging out, fun friends, a bunch of black boys, thugs, what is it, dealers, gangbangers. Yeah. The January 6th. Insurrection. Us doing that. Terrorist attack, ghetto, whatever. So how the terms change when we do the same thing, but they're
rioters.
January
6th was rioters. Mm-hmm. And they went beyond rioters because they hit a government building. They're terrorists.
Yep.
They're not rioters. Rioters is hitting somebody's grocery store.
And they wouldn't dare put themselves in that category.
They're terrorists. Whenever you have governors and Congress people, not governors, senators and Congress people hiding under chairs and Secret Service standing at a door with a gun saying, if you come through this door, we will take you down.
You are a terrorist.
You are a terrorist.
You're terrorizing.
You are terrorists.
They don't fit. I mean, for some reason, a lot of times people think that they're privileged to not be called certain things or be thought of. And basically, the colors of people that's doing it don't change.
Exactly.
So I told my sister, moving forward, we're going to say insurrection if we tear up some building.
They was having an insurrection.
Or it's a bunch of guys hanging out, friends.
They was just friends. It got out of hand. Just friends that was having.
So we're using the same term.
Partiers. They were partiers. They were partiers.
Yeah,
and they were drunk. The riverboat. Mm-hmm. Surely the white people had to be drunk. That's what they said.
Right.
Why couldn't they just be entitled and a-holes?
No.
Why do they have to be drunk?
There must have been alcohol in them to act that way. That just doesn't make sense.
That's not in their character.
But they don't say alcohol with us.
Yeah, why can't Jamal be drunk?
They say we savages and animals.
Why can't he have had too many beers?
Exactly. So we just got to stop with this double.
Hunter Biden was a crackhead.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if he still is, but he was.
Allegedly. Let's see.
Ain't allegedly, he was. He admitted to it.
Is he changed?
He's saying he's not a crackhead no more, but he was.
Okay.
Attorney General. Well, that's why they was making a big joke saying that cocaine found in the White House was Hunter Biden's.
Oh, yeah.
Attorney General Garland appoints a special counsel in Hunter Biden probe, Ma.
Oh, I know.
Oh, you been reading that news? Huh? She don't say nothing about. She'll roll in real quick with news about Trump. She real slow to roll in with news about Biden.
Hesitant. I like Biden, and I don't want to talk about it.
Hey, Ma, did you see any news today? No, I don't know nothing. Nothing going on.
Those are people.
Then I turn on and hear Hunter Biden.
Yeah.
She didn't even mention that.
Yeah, she didn't give us that news update.
You see, that's what they do on the real news.
And on The View, they do that. They tend to side with Biden, and Alyssa is there left, or Anna would challenge them and say, but like even with the Kamala thing,
right?
I don't mean to sound negative, but what has she done? And they get mad. She's done a lot of things.
What, Ma?
I don't like when people try to dig up things in people's life. Biden, that's his son.
But you don't care when they dig up stuff in Trump's life.
But Trump dig up his own stuff.
Well, what about his children? You think his children are off?
They could go into there. What they doing?
But you don't care?
It's okay for them going to Biden's son. Mm-hmm. But they trying to do this even because of Trump.
They poking at his son
when you do evil like that.
All right.
And the sad thing, I kind of get what you're saying, because his son's been doing this for how long now? And all of a sudden you like, ooh, get him.
Well, they trying to find some on him. If you can't find none on him, then you get the family. Okay, so how is that different than that black attorney general going after Trump's family? She getting all of them. The son, the daughter, everybody getting.
We're trying to get you to say that if you do wrong, regardless of what side you're on,
they should go after Trump.
All right.
See how mama's like a lot of people that want to protect Biden. Leave his son alone.
I wonder why she like
has
Biden
some
so
issues.
much. Why do you like Biden?
He's not like Trump.
Well, why do you like Biden so much?
I don't love him that much, but he's just not. Don't dig up stuff.
You just like him because he's just an old man.
She don't like when people dig dirt up just to get at them because we're digging dirt on Trump.
Trump digs up his own.
Trump causes that himself, whereas Biden didn't do anything.
Right, you're right.
And Biden probably wished, would you just leave me out of it? Just deal with my son. We get it that he got some issues. He's not like the one that passed.
Right.
But do what you need to do. Don't keep putting my name. There was somebody on there when you had mentioned that. They said he wasn't all that clean. It was somebody on TikTok. With Biden?
You kept saying his son that passed. They was like, no, they was.
Look, I don't care what they say. He is not as bad as this guy.
Well, no, he's not cracking.
That, if you got to go with the two brothers,
right?
The lesser of the two evils, come on.
No, come on. Well, U.S. Attorney David Weiss was appointed special counsel in the ongoing probe of the president's son, Hunter Biden. Attorney General Merrick Garland announced Friday. Now, Weiss will be responsible for the ongoing investigation of President Joe Biden's son, as well as for any other matters that arose or may arise from that investigation. The Justice Department said in a statement, Weiss, who was already overseeing the Hunter Biden probe and is based in Delaware, asked to be appointed special counsel on Tuesday, and Garland agreed. It was in the public's interest to do so, the Attorney General said. The move was announced shortly before prosecutors for Weiss' team revealed in a court filing that the plea talks over tax and gun charges against Hunter had broken down. Remember, they walked in there. And the case would likely have to go to trial in California or Washington. Later Friday, prosecutors suggested they could bring different charges against Hunter Biden in a new case. That's why that judge said, why are you doing a plea deal when you're still investigating him and some other stuff can come up? Mm-hmm. Y'all ain't worked this out. And I agree, even though she was appointed by Trump, I feel like that judge was right. Don't come in here with no plea deal. And he's still being investigated. Right. And another thing I don't like, came from that Tory Lanez case, that judge. Remember I told you? Right. Tory Lanez was going to do a plea deal and plead guilty. Mm-hmm. And then they didn't like what the plea deal was. So he decided to take his chances and plead not guilty and go to trial. The judge pretty much said, in words, he didn't really say it, why was you going to take a plea deal if you're not guilty? Right. Because you plea, if you're guilty, to have lesser, charge on you. Hunter Biden was going to plead guilty. But because he didn't like the terms of the agreement, he did like the terms of the agreement. The judge said, I don't want this because something else could come up. Now all of a sudden he's not guilty. That means you guilty. Yeah. It's almost like you putting it out there to see what they give back to you. Because in my opinion, if he was not guilty, if the judge would have came back and said, no, some other stuff could come up. Your Honor, nothing else is coming up. I'm not guilty. You understand? Mm-hmm. I don't have a body buried under my house. I didn't do anything. We don't have to prolong this. I'm not guilty. Why would he feel that all that he has done, that he would think he's not guilty? Well, he's guilty. That's the problem. He's guilty. The judge want to know, how much are you guilty of? That's what it was. Here's the guy. This is a guy who doesn't even stand up to be the father of his child with that lady. He doesn't even want that to be in play. Right. So why would we trust him with anything else? His lack of integrity. Now, I'm not guilty. Come on, dude. Now, the Department of Justice noted that Weiss was nominated by then President Donald Trump in 2017 and confirmed by the Republican-controlled Senate in 2018. So let this be a lesson. I'm done with it. Mm-hmm. Whatever this man finds, we're done. Don't come back and say he's Democrats controlling him. He's your friend investigating your op. Okay. So he's going to be looking with a fine-tooth comb, believe me. Okay. And if Biden has anything to do with anything with Hunter, he's going to find it.
Mm-hmm.
And we're done with this.
We all want this to be
now,
over.
if Weiss comes back and says, that's it, guys, I'm done.
Right. We're not doing any more.
I don't want to see Margaret Taylor Greene, big, stupid, dumbhead, coming up saying, well, I want to impeach Biden. I know he did something. Sit down. We're done with you.
Gosh.
So it was smart for Garland to put him over it.
Okay.
I'm putting your appointed person,
Right.
who the Republicans want,
Right.
to investigate.
So he supposedly can be fair and square for women.
Not fair. He's going to be looking for something. You know he's going to be unfair.
Oh.
He's going to be looking if you cross the street wrong.
Well, I'm just
He's
saying.
going to be looking for anything they did.
Well, I'm just saying, even with that, it's kind of sad though, because it's like, do I just appease the people, my fellow Republicans?
Yes.
And just find anything that's really stupid and trivial?
Yes.
So you don't know how this is going to go.
Wendy says domestic terrorists. Yes, for the people on January 6th. Wendy says, drunk or not, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. Thank you. They was just drunk. If that means that you're a bitter, angry person.
But we can't ever be drunk when we act,
Thank you.
Do things like that.
Wendy said, mom's voice sounds good on the TV. She said, your voice sounds good on the TV, Mom. She laughing. Thank you. Emerald says, did you guys see that story of a married woman who is in an AI relationship?